Hello, I'm Nicholas Schultz, and this is my neighbor Joshua Choe. He graduated high school in 2011. Today I will be asking him a few questions about privilege and prejudice in America as it relates to 7 categories of otherness. So, to begin, how has being a member of a so called subordinate group changed your experience as an American?
I wouldn't say it's changed me that much, especially growing up. I grew up actually here in Hines Ranch, so I wouldn't say it was completely different. I definitely think if I grew up somewhere else, it would have a lot bigger of an impact on me. However, it was a little different because, I mean, the majority of the population of Highlands Ranch um, was still white.
Right, Highlands Ranch is a bubble. It's
Uh huh.
there's really not many minorities.
Right. So when you leave, obviously, if you go, um, so I went to college out in Illinois, and it's definitely different out there. You'll see, especially at college, you'll see a bunch of different races and ethnicities and a bunch of different people there, and it's definitely different. But
Well, and your family's from Illinois,
mhm,
so just having that background, Illinois is a very um, diverse community there.
exactly.
So
But yeah, no. Growing up, I'd only say in maybe middle school, couple of the people I didn't really know, they would single me out a little bit, but other than that,
not much.
not much.
And have you? So you haven't felt much negative impact from that?
I mean, I don't know myself if I have, but it might be I'm just more um,
Confident in.
right and just kind of desensitized towards it
Yeah.
because the more you've been around it,
Right.
you just kind of ignore it.
Do you
You
think
learn
there's
it.
any positives or possible opportunities of being a minority?
I think you get a different perspective on things. I definitely can. I feel like I can see different things a little bit differently than some of my peers sometimes, but I mean, I wouldn't say there's
Just from
certainly.
having different, saying, oh, you guys are all the same culture, same background, having a different culture, you have a different experience. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay. Um, have you experienced any prejudice by being in the subordinate group? I mean, you kind of answered that, but
Yeah, I mean, I can think of a couple times where I've run into some people I don't know, and they've said a couple things, but I mean, it doesn't bother me, so I don't. I wouldn't say. I wouldn't necessarily classify it as prejudice, but I guess if you weren't from here or if you weren't so accustomed to it, you might think of it as
okay.
that. Yeah.
On the other hand, I know you also differ from others just in your religious background. I know your mom is Buddhist. How has um, how has your experience, or how is it different having one parent Christian and the other Buddhist, and how has that kind of affected maybe religious things or certain holidays, that kind of stuff?
Um, you know, I definitely say it was different growing up, especially around like Christmas time or like all those
Yeah.
different holidays, Easter, um, especially because my dad has been so adamant about Christianity, going to church, and all this, and my mom, she's not as assertive with it, but I definitely say they're both kind of.
She kind of just persists on her own, holding her own
Mhm,
culture.
exactly. So growing up, I was kind of confused a little bit. I would say about who's right,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to pick like, oh, mom, you're right, dad, you're an idiot, or dad, you're an idiot, or
Yeah.
whatever. But I don't know. Like, I'd say it definitely changed, gave me another viewpoint, another lens.
So culturally, it's just like anything. It's giving you more experience, more insight onto. Well, there are different ways. There's different things. Maybe you see all these wars on, or these controversies on religion, wars on religion, and maybe and it gives you an insight to say, maybe this is I'm indifferent to this because I have the experience and understand that maybe both are right. Or
Right. No. Yeah. And I wouldn't even just limit it to culturally and religiously. I'd say in general, I can definitely take others' viewpoints and kind of run with them, it, even if I differ from them at first, because you know I'm not. necessarily convinced by just one person's viewpoint, just based on how I was raised.
Right. So overall, it's as you experience different things in America through religion and through ethnicity, it's kind of a learning experience as it comes.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thank you
Yep.
for your time, and